Hello everyone, welcome to Paper Architecture with Sabrina. I have here today showing you the project for Christmas 2014, the Christmas lantern and mini, which is inside here. There are several parts to the video tutorial, and I have also divided up the mini album ones to be separate too, because some people requested the mini album, they didn't want to make the whole entire lantern. So let's go ahead. In this particular walkthrough video for you, I will be stopping the camera and changing things because this is a really big project, but then once we start taking things apart, I can change the format and the way I show the video to you. So I used Cartabella's Christmas time paper for this, and most of the paper is for the mini album, and this box part down here I left the lantern in the black chipboard. And I also devised a way, because of the layers of chipboard, I devised a way of covering all those layers by using black ribbon rather than a bunch of cardstock strips. So most of the hardware on here is from Butterbee Scraps, and I have a link of that in the instructions. So the lid comes off here, and I can show you here that I've got some paper wrapped around here and a little bit at the top with this ring pull, and I have made a bow here, attached some bells, I made a tag, and just added a punched snowflake, and these poinsettias I got at Michael's a year or two ago, and then these are just some leftover bits from different Christmas picks and stuff, so on and so forth. So the lid comes off like that so that you can put your batteries in your battery operated candle, and I also have some flickering tea lights in here to add even more light, and I will show those to you a little later close up. And I also have, I'm going to tilt this so that you can see what it's like on the inside a little bit here. Okay, and there's a little bird in here and a bunch of pieces from picks and some punched snowflakes and so on and so forth. And I kind of decorated this one side here, and it has some bells and so on and so forth, and a little bit down in here. So now, in order to show you the rest, I'm going to take the camera off, and I'm going to try and be as steady as I can to show you a few more things. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to keep this camera as steady as I can, and I apologize if it moves a little bit, but I want you to have a better look at the inside of the lantern, and you can see how I have a couple of flickering tea lights in there, as well as the battery operated candle. Now, the battery operated candle ended up being taller than I thought it would be, and so the light bulb, which I was hoping would be here, is about 1.5 inches higher up. So that's why I added these flickering tea lights, and you can get them at the dollar store. There's 2 in a package. And I picked up this battery operated candle at Canadian Tire, but you can get it at several stores, Walmart, where else did I see them? Anyway, so they're available. And I glued the base of this in, but the candle part comes out so that you can screw off the light bulb and put your batteries in there. Okay, so that works quite nicely for the project. And you can see, sorry, I'm going to move it. I still have the camera on the stand here. There's a little bird that you can see here, and then you can see down below here, I'll just tilt it up, the decorations down below here. Okay, and then as I turn it you can see what I did on the side here a little bit. So I just did that one side and the inside, and then down below here in using all the leftover bits that I have from years of Christmas picks and so on and so forth. So I'm going to stop the camera again, and I'm going to set it up so that you can have a look at the box when we pull out the drawer and the mini album. I'll be right back. Okay, now this table that I have is a little wobbly, even though I almost every day level the table. I think the floor is just crooked and maybe the levels don't work very well anymore, but the table still wiggles. So I apologize if you see any sudden movement in the video. So when we open up this drawer here, that is where we have our mini album stored inside. And I also wanted to point out that this is the same hardware, these two drawer pulls, as I had on the top of the lid here. And then there's this keyhole. I also have, I'm just going to pull this out and show you. I also have some metal corner pieces on the box here. Okay. And then the ones on the front, I just cut that little section out. And it worked fine to be able to put them there. So here's our little drawer, and you can see again that I have used ribbon to cover all the corners and the edges to give it a finished look. I opted not to put paper on the inside here or on the outside here. There is enough room, I think, to do so, but I didn't want to take a chance, and so I just left it. And it goes with the lantern anyway. So I just lined the inside of the drawer. So let me show you our little mini album. Some of you have already seen it when I posted it for the mini album instructions. This is not a chipboard cover because I designed it that way for a couple of reasons. Number one, to make it easier for those who are not familiar working with chipboard covers, so that you can make more than one if you wanted to for Christmas. Also, because it was going to be in the drawer, it would be protected. So this is a double layer 100-pound cardstock cover, and it is really sturdy, especially with the Cartabella designer paper, because it's a very thick paper as well. And then when you have the double layer 100-pound, and then you have the thick Cartabella paper on the one side as well as on the other side, it makes for a really good sturdy cover. So what I did is I took one of the tags. Here's a sheet where you can cut out tags, and I placed it on some black cardstock, and then cut it so there was about a 1/16 of an inch black border showing all the way around. I punched a hole at the top, and then I tied 2 bows in that hole, and I attached the Butterbee Scrap keyhole. Butterbee Scraps does not provide the brads to go with it, so you need to have some bronze metallic brads, and I cannot remember where I got these from. And so I put them on the tag, and then I attached the tag to the spine. This is a 3x4 cut apart from one of their cut apart pages, and I trimmed it down so that it would fit on the front cover and you could still see some of the design of the paper. And I also mounted it on black cardstock, leaving about a 1/16 inch border all the way around. This key is also from Butterbee Scraps, and I just tied a little bit of ribbon at the end of the loop there. The closure is a hair elastic with 2 My Mind's Eye big brads and 2 My Mind's Eye 3/16 eyelets to keep it raised. So you put the eyelet on the brad to keep it raised so that you can put that hair elastic around. So this is what the album looks like inside, and I just used cut aparts for pockets and tags and so on and so forth. Some of the tags I mounted onto black cardstock, leaving 1/16 of an inch, and some I did not. For instance, this one, because I thought this one would be ideal to put a photograph on, and if you put a photograph on it, that'll be nice and thick. So being a thick designer paper to start out with, I didn't really need it in this case. These ones are more for journaling, though this one you could probably put a small photo on the back, but you could journal on here and you can journal on the back. And even though it is black, you can use a white gel pen, or you could use gold or silver, and they would all work on the black. And there is a pocket here to put these in. And then at the top of the page there is a pull-out tag, and you could put a photo on there, and possibly a photo on the other side, though that would make it pretty thick in the pocket here. I'll leave that up to you if you want to put double a photo on there. And then we turn the page and we have another little journaling tag here, and you could put a small photo there if you wanted to, or if you have a photo on the back of this, and you could journal about that photo on the back of here. On this page here, I created a little bit of a pocket here, but I took one of the 4x6 cut aparts and I trimmed a little bit off the top and the bottom so that it would fit the height better, and folded it in half so that you could put a photo on here and then journal on the inside. Then you open this page this way, and I didn't make a tag for this one, I don't know why, but you could put a photo tag in there. You could mount a photo directly onto this page here, and then here this lifts up so you can stick a tag with a photo on there, and a little pocket here that you can attach a photo onto here and have this overlap. And then when we go to the other side, this was a larger piece here, so I created a pocket out of it, and then I stuck a little mat on here for a photo. And then here is another little tag to journal on. You could put a photo here, or just have a photo on this tag here. And get the ribbon out of the way there. Then when we turn the page, we have a couple of tags here to journal a little bit about the 11th and the 12th. You can put a photo there too. Here you can slide a photo in here, and you flip the page and you can mount one right directly onto this page. You can make a tag and stick a photo in there. And then when we open this up, in this one here on number 15, I took another 4x6 cut apart, and I took some off the top and the bottom to make a journaling card out of it. And again, you could put a photo on the front and the back if you wanted, or just a photo here. It's entirely up to you. And then here on this one here, it's just a little pocket. You can slide a photo in here on a tag, or you can attach it to the page behind the 16. And then the same with the 17. You can just attach a photo in behind here. Then we have 18 and 19 little journaling cards here in this pocket. And then we have a pull-out pocket tag up here for a photo or two. And we turn the page, and we have a couple more journaling tags. They're really small ones. So if you don't, you could put another photo up here if you wanted, and these you could be peeking up. Here's another one that was long enough to use on the page, so I created a photo mat to stick in there. And then when we open it up, another page to mount a photo onto. Here you can make a mat and stick a photo in under there, and you can attach a photo on this page here. This one was a 4x3 cut apart with probably 3/8 red border around, but in order for it to fit in here, I cut that off, and I thought you could put a photo on the back, and that sticks in there. And then we are here, you can put a photo, and then here for 25th, I have another 4x6 cut apart where I cut some off the top and the bottom, and you can journal in there, fold it in half, and you can put a photo on either side and stick that in there. So that is my little mini album that goes inside this little drawer at the base of the lantern. Okay, why won't it go in? Oh, it's the tablecloth. It got stuck underneath there. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you enjoy making this project. It would be a wonderful Christmas gift to give, to keep for yourself, and it's a lot of fun to make. So if you're patient, this is really a lot of fun to make. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to our next project together, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now, and happy paper crafting.